The first time I saw Princess Seraphine, I was bleeding out on the ice fields of Nereos 4. The war between humans and the Aethryian Dominion had started 3 years earlier. I was a scout, nothing special, just another soldier trying to survive. My squad was ambushed by Aethryian hunters, and I barely escaped. Frost gnawed at my body while my vision blurred into darkness. That was the moment she appeared, not as an enemy, but as a glowing silhouette bending over me. "You're not dying today, human," she whispered. She pressed her palm against my chest, and golden biolight ran through my veins like liquid fire. I passed out before I could see her face properly. I woke up inside an unfamiliar palace chamber, graceful arches, shimmering crystal walls, and floating orbs of light drifting like snowflakes. I could barely move, but the room wasn't guarded. I wasn't shackled. That confused me more than anything. Then she entered. Tall, silver-skinned, eyes glowing violet, her hair flowing like soft beams of light. She wore ceremonial armor that looked like it belonged in both a museum and a battlefield. And she smiled, a sharp yet curious smile, when she saw me awake. "So the human lives," she teased. I tried to lift myself and winced. "Why save me? I'm your enemy." She walked to the bedside, her aura humming with warmth. Perhaps. Or perhaps conflict is the only language our species learned. I want to learn another. I didn't understand, but I was alive because of her. Her name was Princess Seraphine, heir to the Aethryian Dominion. And I was her guest, not a prisoner. That was the beginning. Middle. Days turned into weeks. I recovered under her constant supervision, or maybe attention was the better word. She visited often, always curious, always studying me with those brilliant eyes. We talked, at first cautiously, then openly. She asked about Earth, our music, our oceans, our flaws. I learned about Aethryans, their psionic bonds, their strict traditions, their belief that emotions weren't weakness, but fuel. One night, she invited me to the observation balcony overlooking the luminous Sea of Nereos 4. Storm clouds shimmered with lightning, painting the world in silver. "Human," she said softly, "do you hate us?" Her voice didn't sound royal. It sounded vulnerable. I shook my head. "I hate the war, not your people." She exhaled, the tension leaving her shoulders. "Then you are different from what they told us." After that, everything shifted. She laughed more. I relaxed more. Our conversations became something else. Excitement, comfort, attachment. But Aethryian tradition was strict. A royal was forbidden to bond with someone not of their species. Their minds could merge psychically during strong emotional connection. It was dangerous, unpredictable, and yet she kept coming back. One evening, she challenged me to spar in the training arena. I lost badly. She pinned me to the ground, smiling triumphantly. "You're strong for a human, but not stronger than me." "You cheated," I muttered. "I used my advantages," she corrected with a grin. Then something changed. She stayed over me longer than she needed to. Her hand brushed my cheek. For a split second, her eyes softened in a way I'd never seen. She pulled away abruptly. After that day, she avoided me. A month later, I learned why. The Dominion Council declared humans untrustworthy. The war was to resume unless the princess accepted an arranged political bond with a general named Kale. She didn't want him. She didn't want the throne that way. And she didn't want the war. Late that night, she came to my chamber, eyes trembling with fear and hope. "There is only one way to stop the council," she whispered. "I must choose a mate myself. Someone outside their control." I froze. "Princess." She stepped closer, voice breaking like glass. "You or Ian. I want you." My heart pounded so hard I felt it in my teeth. Seraphine, if we bond, our minds merge. You'll feel everything I've ever felt. I won't risk hurting you. She closed the distance between us until her forehead touched mine. I'm not afraid of your pain, she murmured. I'm afraid of losing you. I didn't answer. I couldn't. She left, devastated. The next day, the palace hall echoed with tension as Princess Seraphine stood before the council. General Kale waited smugly, ready to claim her hand. Her voice trembled. I cannot choose him. The elders leaned forward. Then who? Speak, Seraphine. Before she could gather the courage to say anything, Kale grabbed her arm. Stop clinging to your fantasies. You can't love a human. They are beneath us. I couldn't stay silent anymore. I stormed into the hall. Dozens of guards pointed their spears at me, but she ran to stand between us, shielding me. Kale scoffed, voice booming. Tell us then, human. Do you love her? Seraphine shut her eyes, terrified of the answer, preparing for humiliation, rejection, heartbreak in front of her entire empire. She whispered shakily, Don't be shy. Human, say it. Do you love me? Her voice pierced the room. Everyone watched, waiting for me to crumble. I stepped toward her. I love you, Seraphine. The hall erupted, outrage, shock, disbelief. But none of it mattered, because at that moment, the psychic bond ignited. Golden light flared from her chest to mine, connecting us, mind to mind, memory to memory. She saw my childhood, my loneliness, my fear, my longing. I saw her duty, her heartbreak, her desire to protect her people, her love for me. It didn't destroy us. It completed us. When the light faded, Seraphine collapsed, sobbing with happiness. Kale tried to seize her again, but he screamed in agony as the bond energy rejected him. The council bowed their heads. The psychic bond of an Aethryian royal was sacred law. Seraphine turned to them, not as a frightened princess, but as their future queen. Humans are not our enemies. Love is not our weakness. And peace will not be our surrender. It will be our victory. No one dared oppose her. The war ended, not through treaties or battles, but through a bond stronger than politics. Ending 1 year later, I became the first human ambassador to the Aethryian Dominion. Relations between our species healed, slowly but steadily. But beyond the political victories, there was us. Some nights, Seraphine and I sat on the balcony overlooking the luminous sea, like the first time she asked whether I hated her. Only now, she leaned against my shoulder, her fingers entwined with mine. I still think about the day in the council hall, she whispered. I thought you were going to reject me. I kissed her forehead. I was scared too. Of loving me? I smiled. Of not being enough for you. She turned my face toward hers, her eyes glowing soft and fierce. Orion, you didn't save the Dominion. You didn't save the galaxy. You saved me. And then she laughed, light, musical, unburdened. Not a princess. Not a queen. Just a woman in love. And I loved her back, openly, fearlessly, every day after.